Hey guys, it's Licious Kid from ClimaxCombo, and we're back with another deck profile. Today is March 15th, which is Umi's birthday, and so in honor of her birthday, we will do a deck profile. This very lovely lady right here. So yeah, this deck does feature all the cards in Love Live right now. So it will feature cards from the latest movie Extra Booster. Don't be surprised though, because there's not that many extra booster cards in this build. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. Also, this deck is red, yellow, mainly red, very little yellow in this deck, but you'll see when I do the deck profile. So yeah, like always, gonna show you all the cards, tell you how to play the deck level by level, and I guess some alternatives in the end, but honestly there's not many alternatives in this build. Anyways, let's get started. So first of all, we got 4 of these Umi's. 1500 Umi, what she does is when she's played from hand to stage, you may pay cost, which is pay 1, discard a card. If you do, search your deck for a music character, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. If you did not know, 99% of the characters in Love Live are music, and every character in this deck is music, so she essentially grabs anything in your deck. Next up, we run 3 of these Suiciders, 1500. She's a level 0 Suicider, and she has a startup ability. You can pay 1. If you do, choose one of your opponent's level 0 characters in the front row and send it to the waiting room. Can be quite useful, kill annoying level 0s, clean climaxes out of your deck or your stock, and you can kill runners with it as well. So yeah, pretty awesome. Next up, I run 1 of these Soul 002K Suiciders. It's a vanilla Suicider. Honestly, this should be this card right here, but I don't own a 4th Umi, so right now I'm just rocking one of these vanilla Suiciders. But definitely, this one is better than the vanilla Suicider. But this one's cute, so if you want to have some variety in your deck, you could definitely keep this. Next up, more Umi's. We got 500. Pretty awesome assist. So first of all, it's a 500 global for Umi. It's a 500 global for music characters, and it has another ability. It's a startup. So put two of your characters in stand to rest. If you do, choose 1 Umi on the field and give it plus 1k power. And of course, since every character in this deck is Umi, she can pretty much give any character plus 1k, which is pretty awesome. Next up, for the few yellow cards we run 4 of these 0035 No Brand Girl Umi's. What she does is when she's played from hand to stage, you must reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is not a music character, put it to your clock. So essentially, if you hit an event or a climax, it will go to your clock, which does hurt in the late game, but in the early game, it's not really a downside. In the level 0 game, it's actually a good thing. So yeah, running 4 of these, mainly for the yellow color count. And lastly, for more yellow, we run 1 of these 003K Vanilla TD Umi's. Very OP, best card in the deck. But like I said, mainly just here for the yellow count. And that's it for level 0. That's 4, 7, 8, 11, 15, 16. 16 level 0s. Not too bad. Next up, for level 1s, we run, first of all, 3 of these 1-1 Umi's. So she does kind of a lot of things. So first of all, she has experience. So if you have a Happy Maker Umi in your level up area, which is this level 3 right here, which I'll talk about at level 3. So if you have one of these in your level up area, this Umi gets plus 1500 power, so she'll be a 1175. Also, she climax combos with this gate right here. So when this Umi reverses an opponent character with the gate on the field, she can salvage a character from your waiting room and return it to your hand. So pretty awesome, 1175. When it kills something with the gate, salvage. So pretty awesome. Next up, 2 of these Umi's 105K. So what she does is when your other music character is being attacked, you can pay cost, which is pay 1, send this to the waiting room. If you do, give the battling character plus 2500 power until the end of the turn. So it's like a pseudo backup. It's like a character backup, kind of. Not too sure what to call it, because when your other characters are getting for an attack, if she's on the field, pay 1, send it to waiting room, give it plus 2/5. So it's like a backup, but it's not really. So yeah, Pretty cool, but only 2 of these, so yeah. Next up, 4 of these Umis. Really love this one. It's a 1045, but what she does is if all your characters on the field are Umi, she gets plus 2k power. And so in this deck, she always has that, so she's always a 1065 essentially, which is really, really good. Next up, the reason why we run yellow in this deck is 3 of these Umis, 103k. What she does is she's a 500 global for music characters, and she has another effect. You can pay 1, put 2 of your music characters in stand to rest, brainstorm, so mill top 4 cards of your deck, put it to the waiting room. For every climax you hit, search your deck for a music character, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. I'm sure we all know what this card does by now, but really awesome. Plus brainstorm and a 500 global, what's not to love? And lastly, just 1 of these Umis, 1500. It's a 1500 no cost backup. That's it. And that's it for level 1. Kind of a lot. 3, 7, 10, 12, 13. 13 level 1s. On to level 2, not that much. First of all, we got 1 of these backup Umis. Pretty interesting card. It's a 2-1, 2-5, and it's also a 2-5 backup, so it's a pay 1, 2500 backup. And another effect though, of when you use this card's backup, you can pay cost, which is clock yourself 1 damage. If you do, put your waiting room back into your deck, and then shuffle it, and that's it. So essentially, it's like a free refresh. Yeah, it's like a free refresh, quote unquote. So it's not really a free refresh though, because when you use the backup, you do have to clock yourself 1 damage. So you are still taking refresh damage as opposed to an actual free refresh. But I still think this card is cool because although it is pretty stupid because it's like you're paying 1 to refresh essentially. But I still think it's cool because you can refresh during your opponent's turn, and you can refresh when you're not supposed to refresh. Like if you have 10 cards left in your deck and you have no climaxes in them, why let your opponent deal 10 damage to you and then refresh when you can just back up, refresh now, that way you don't take the 10 guaranteed damage, and then go from there, you know? It gives you like, in situations where you're really screwed, this Umi I think can be a real lifesaver. You know, just take the refresh damage now, and then refresh, and then just go from there. Instead of taking all the damage, then taking refresh damage on top of that, and then you might just lose the game, you know? There's like situations, I'm sure we've all had this, where you attack with 3 characters, and then all 3 of those like trigger a climax, and then you have like 1 climax left in your deck, and it's like 15 card deck, and then you just kind of die. Really sucks dying like that, but this Umi can help you, alleviate that problem if that ever happens. So it's just like one situation where this Umi can be pretty awesome. So yeah, really like this Umi. Doesn't help out every game, because that usually doesn't happen every game. But like 1 out of like 3, 4 games maybe. Refresh early with this Umi before you take a lot of damage, and I think it's really cool for that reason. So yeah, just 1 of these. Next up, this Umi right here, 216k. So she's a level 3 assist. So level 3 characters in front of her get plus 2k power. And she has another effect of when this card is played from hand to stage, you may look at the top card of your deck and either leave it there or put it to the waiting room. Nice little top check, but also has some pretty cool synergy with a level 3 that I'll talk about very soon. And that's it for level 3. That's it for level 2. Only 3 cards. And why? Because of this card right here. So next up we got 329k Happy Maker Umi. She has 3 effects. So her first effect is she loses 1 level in your hand if you have 4 or more characters on the field with the name Umi. So pretty much in this deck, it's like if you have 4 or more characters, she loses 1 level in your hand, which is really, really awesome. Her second effect is if you have 3, I think. Yeah, if you have 3 or more music characters on the field, she gets plus 1k, so she's pretty much a 10k base. And lastly, when this card is played from hand to stage, you may choose a card in your waiting room or choose a character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. So this Umi, pretty awesome, comes out at level 2. It's 10k base most of the time, and it grabs you a character in your waiting room and returns it to your hand. So really, really awesome. And that's kind of why we don't run much level 2s. It's mainly because at level 2, you just play this level 3, and yeah, it's really awesome because it hits for 2 soul, it's big body, and it salvages. Next up, we got 4 of these Umi. She's a 3295. What she does is, if you have 3 more music characters on the field, she gets plus 1k, so she's like a 3210-5 essentially. When she's played from hand to stage, you heal. And lastly, she does have a climax combo with this 2k1 right here. When the card declares an attack and you have the 2k1 on the field, choose a music character and return it to your hand, and then all your characters get plus 1k power. So it's an okay climax combo. It salvages, it gives a little extra power, and yeah. But you gotta run this Umi in some shape or form because she's the only healer Umi has, and you know, you gotta run healers of some kind. So that's why we run that's mainly why we run 4 of these. And lastly, kind of the only game ender Umi's got, 3210k, right here. So pretty much when this card is played from hand to stage, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a music character, deal 1 damage to your opponent. And lastly, she has another ability. You can pay 1, put 2 of your characters in stand to rest. If you do, choose 1 level 0 on your opponent's field and send it to the waiting room. And she can target back row characters, but still not very good. And that's it for level 3. That's 4, 7, 10. So a lot of level 3s, but I'll explain that in just a bit. And lastly, for climaxes, we got, of course, 4 of the gate that combos with the 1-1. This gate, because it's really cute. This gate, because it's cute and signed. And then the 2 2k1s to combo with the level 3, because the level 3 combo isn't that good. So I just rather have more gates, to be completely honest. So that's why only 2 of these. And this one's too cute to pass up, and I gotta run this. On to how I play the deck level by level. So level 0, your beaters are obviously this one, and your suiciders. That's it, try to kill shit with this. In your back row, definitely try to get a level 0 assist in the back, at least one of them, because she's global 500 boost, and she gives a strong boost to your Umi's on the field, which is really awesome. But most importantly, you want to level up a Happy Maker Umi and put it to your level up area to prepare for your level 1 game. And that is why there are so many searchers in the deck. Because you definitely want to level up a Happy Maker Umi by the time you hit level 1, or else your level 1 game potential drastically goes down. So yeah, that's why there's so many searchers, is because you want to search out. If you don't open up with one of these, try to mulligan for it. If you still don't open up with these, hopefully you opened up with level 0, so you can search it, clock it, level it up, and then you'll be good to go for level 1. So that's it for level 0. Level this up no matter what, and then kill stuff with these, and try to get one of these in the back row. Level 1 is when I think the deck becomes a lot funner. Of course, try to play one of these 500 global Umis. Really awesome. Kind of sucks because you have to level this up. You should try to clock a no brand girl Umi to your clock area. That way you keep the color count, you know, and then level it up and then go from there. So just something to point out. But anyways, definitely try to get a global Umi in the back row because it's really awesome. And then from level 1, hopefully you did level up a Happy Maker Umi. And then all of a sudden these Umis are now really good. 1175 is just pretty much as good as it gets. The Climax combo is really awesome. It's costless. It's not really costless because these Umis themselves cost 1, but you know, it is costless. So you know, when they kill something, you salvage, all that good stuff. Costless salvaging for killing something is always really good. The Umis do hit pretty high power on offense. So like, example, usually the field is like this. 1175, and then these give it plus 1k, so 1185. You can use her ability, put these 2 to rest, give one of the Umis plus 1k, so 1195. And then when you play the Climax, of course, it's a 1k1 soul, so it could be like max, it can hit is 10.5, which is really strong for level 1 and will kill most things at level 1. So yeah, on offense, they can be pretty strong. Only problem with that is these 2 are both kind of counterintuitive, because if you want to brainstorm, you gotta tap. If you want to get power, you gotta tap, so you can't use both their effects on the same turn. But you know, if you find a chance to not brainstorm, then of course, you know, why not give more power? So yeah, on offense, they're pretty strong. And on defense, they are also quite strong as well. You got, of course, the pseudo character backup. So if they try to kill this Umi, You can pay 1, put her to the waiting room, give her plus 2/5, so she's like 8/5, 9k, 11k on defense, which is really, really strong. Right? 11k? 7/5, 8/5, 9k, 10. Yeah, 11k on defense, so really cool. Really, really makes it really hard to kill her. And of course, you do have the character backup as well. So these two in conjunction, you can keep her alive for a good time. Also, you know, this does salvage when you do kill stuff, so you can kind of keep grabbing. You can keep grabbing these two, and then just try to constantly protect this Umi, and then just go from there. You know, so the salvaging combo is really, really awesome. Of course, the big problem is she does die to level 1 Suiciders, which are quite abundant nowadays. So it really sucks if you are up against a deck with level 1 Suiciders. But it's not the end of the world, because you do have these lovely Umis right here. Pretty much 1065 with no condition is pretty ridiculous. Really good. So yeah, 1065 is really awesome. These, you know, 1k global, so they're usually 1075s. And of course, you can make them stronger on offense, and once again, keep them pretty tough on defense with these two right here. So yeah, you know, the deck is really fun against decks without level 1 Suiciders, like 2 Love for Darkness, yellow, green. But if they do have Suiciders, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, that's it for level 1. Combo as much as possible, and use these two as other beaters. And yeah, it's just all around a really good time. I think level 1's a lot of fun with this deck. And that's it for level 1. On to level 2. Honestly, not that much of a difference. Level 2 though, you can start playing these Happy Maker Umis, and it's really good. Like I said, pretty big power. Heals are pretty big power and salvages on play. What's not to love? And her condition is really easy to meet. And so yeah. Level 2, you can also play like the assist, which is cool. Gives a little free trigger check on play, but also gives 2k power to these level 3 Umis. So like with a field like this, she'll be a 3/2, 12/5, which is pretty good for level 2. And yeah, that's it for level 2. Just continue comboing, continue killing stuff with these two. And then now you got this, and she can salvage stuff on play, so you can salvage more Happy Maker Umis. And that's kind of why there's a lot of level 3s in the deck. It's because you do have to level up one of these Umis. So even though we run 10 level 3s, there's essentially only 9. You're playing with 9 because you are leveling 1 up. So yeah, that's why there's so many level 3s. And then at level 3, it's not that scary for your opponent, because all you can do is salvage, heal, and burn 1 on play. That's about it for level 3. Just try to kill them with these, heal with this, kill stuff with this, and then if you can, why not, 2k1, get more hand size. I guess the card you're usually going to salvage is this one right here, because it's kind of your only game ender. So you know, keep playing these, keep trying to burn your opponent for a 1, and then just smack them up to oblivion. And this card is the card that has good synergy with this, because you know, when it's played from hand to stage, you must reveal a level, you must reveal a music character for her effect to go off, and this assist can assist in doing that. You know, you can play the assist first, check top if it's a music character, cool, leave it there, then play this, and then now you know it's a music character, so you're guaranteed to burn 1. You know, you can play this if it's not a music character, put it to the waiting room, and then hopefully you'll hit a music character with this. You can do this with the No Brand Girl Umi as well, but it's a little scarier because, you know, if you hit a climax with the No Brand Girl Umi, you are going to take that climax as 1 damage, which isn't fun. But I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? So do keep in mind, these are kind of your top checkers. This one definitely a lot more safe, but it does cost 1. This one a lot more dangerous, but it's free, so, you know, just go from there. And that's it for level 3. Not very scary, like I said. I think the funnest part about this deck is definitely at level 1. And that's it. I guess some alternatives. There's honestly not much changes I would make to this. Definitely you could consider running another Happy Maker Umi, because right now I only own 3. But I still think 3 is a good number. But you know, if you want to keep it more consistent, or if you want to run less searchers, you can move this number up to 4. And maybe you could cut down on one of the level 3s, like maybe you could only run 3 healers as opposed to 4. So you could do something like that. Besides that, I guess you could run the 2-1 Umi. Let me gap her really quickly. Oh no, where is she? Okay, found her. Sorry about that. Should have got her earlier. But I guess this is like the only other change I would make to the deck. This Umi, I'm sure we all know because it's very old, but it's still pretty good. This Umi gets 500 power for every character on your field that's in rest. And so pretty much if like your back row's in rest, say something like your back row's in rest, and you can easily make your back row constantly in rest with the conjunction of these two. And if your front row's rested like this, you know, they attack, then she's a 2-1-10-5, which is pretty ridiculous for a 1-cost character. So you can definitely consider 1 or 2 of these Umis because it's a very strong 1-cost level 2 beater. I just don't really have enough space for this card, but still it's really good. I don't think it's quite necessary anymore because of the 3-2 Umi, but you can consider running 1 or 2 of these just because it is lighter on cost, and also it's not a level 3, so this one does dodge like level 2 anti-change backups or like anti-change suiciders, or you know, level 2s that get a lot of power when they're fighting level 3s, because you know, she still dies to those. So you can consider running 1 or 2 of these. I tried, but I really couldn't find space. But if you can manage to find the space, definitely you can consider running 1 of these. And that's it for alternatives. I think that's the only card I would consider adding, and besides that, just change the ratios around. And yeah, that's it for the deck profile, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think it's a pretty fun deck. I definitely think Umi does have one of the stronger waifu decks in Love Live. So yeah, really awesome if you like Umi, and I don't blame you. She's cute. She's not my favorite girl, but definitely I do think she's adorable. Definitely you can consider building this, and yeah, have a good time with it. And that's all for this deck profile, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time.